All right. Good evening, everybody. We're doing a special pop-up live stream tonight because well, things have been popping off in Minneapolis and Minnesota. Uh and Mario and I wanted to come to you and kind of talk about that a little bit. Plus, uh we've got to do the raids, and so I wanted to do a special one tonight and raid our good buddies over at the TPS Report Live. Uh who they go live this evening at 9 o'clock. That's every um they do their live show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays and Thursdays. So I thought we'd go ahead and give them a little love tonight and do the raid there. So yeah, that's we got a bonus episode for you tonight, Aaron. I'm glad you could make it to this one. Go ahead and set up the raid so that we've got it ready to go. So what's going on? It's time, man. It's just time. The Insurrection Act is no longer negotiable. It's frankly, I think it's crazy that we've gotten this far without it. Should have seen the Insurrection Act deploying National Guard to quell riots and break up autonomous zones in 2020. But understandably at the time, and we've talked about this on the show many times before, but understandably at the time, the Donald did not want to didn't want to be seen as an authoritarian there. Well, he's got himself a bit of a Thucydides trap here, a little bit of a catch-22, and that is the Democrats have made a decision. They have decided, they have chosen violence. And basically, they've decided that what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and intentionally be as violent as possible and escalate continuously in order they hope to force Donald Trump's hand, to force him to invoke the Insurrection Act, so that they can point at that and say, look what a Nazi he is, look what a tyrant he is, look what an authoritarian he is, that he would invoke the Insurrection Act and deploy U.S. troops against. No, it's no longer reasonable to concern ourselves with what they might say or think. Okay, it's unacceptable. Oh, I just realized I need to drop I did drop a link for Mario. I was just thinking, I don't see Mario yet. Did I forget to drop? Nope, I did not forget to drop him a link. I see what's going on. Everything's okay. And speak of the devil, there he is. Good evening. Oh, okay. There he almost is. There he's not. So we'll give him just a minute to catch up. Cyber, good evening, brother. Good evening. I'm glad to see you back in here. Let me say that we had a bit of a spat with Cyber over some stuff in one of the behind the paywall shows, and he stopped watching for a while. We didn't hear from him for a minute, and he came back to us. And brother, I'm glad to have you back. I really, really am. And I legitimately, we missed you while you were gone.
Yes, we did.
We love you, brother. All right, Mario, I'm not getting your audio.
You're not getting my audio at all?
Oh, there you are. It was very quiet.
I see. Well,
that's
now
better.
I'm here.
There you are.
Okay, so I guess first of all, I get off work at 8 p.m. Okay, and then after that, I have to like cook dinner for my elderly parents. Okay, so I just got done making dinner. I haven't eaten it yet, but a rare treat, all right, for the audience will be meals of the Brushfire Mind. All right, what do we have here?
Well, hold on a minute. Let me do this then.
So, that's right. That's right. Okay, so what we have here is wild rice. Okay, we have haddock with a butter and lemon glaze with the panko crumbs. Okay, and fresh green beans. Right, adequate nutrition for today's right wing extremist. I doxed myself. Anyway,
And
like,
and just so you guys know, and you should tell your friends this, we are your earliest available right wing extremism every day at 7:30.
that is correct.
We know. We've checked. It's what complicates the whole doing raids thing.
Is the green bean crunch coming through on the audio?
Yes, it's delightful.
All right, we might have to find a way to eat the green beans.
No, you're fine. You're fine, brother. We had some white boy bibimbap for dinner tonight, and it was basically what you'd expect bibimbap to be, except southern flavors, because what we had on hand was this smoked sausage, and we did some wilted seasoned spinach with honey roasted carrots and radishes, and of course,
is that what it looks like, Cyber? Does it steam when it comes out, Cyber?
Delightful. Right. So,
my apologies to you guys. Look, if the whole ASMR thing of me eating dinner is too much, please let me know in this. Please let me know in the chat. Okay.
No, you're fine.
I'll find an alternative.
Here, let's watch the clip and talk about what we're seeing here.
Almost there.
Oh wow! Oh my god!
Oh my god! All
right, just pause.
Okay, couple things. Go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, what we're looking at here is Antifa / you can tell them Antifa or whatever. They're all communist, okay? Whether it's a lesbian,
I was about to say, these guys are not specifically flagged as Antifa. I want to be clear about this.
It doesn't matter.
The fact is this: anybody who is voting Democrat today is this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna get to that. I've got a Mario rant. I guess I can unload at some point. So
please do.
Right, whether it's a lesbian mother who had her children not repossessed, her children. Whether it's a lesbian mother who lost custody of her children because her domestic partner was putting out cigarettes on their arms, okay, who traveled from out of state from Colorado basically to harass and interfere with ICE operations, right, and found it and ended up playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes, okay? Or it's a committed face tattooed mutant, okay, like we see here in center frame, who actively espouses communism and seeks to tear apart the United States through essentially neo-Bolshevik action. It does not matter. They're all the same. If it's some stupid woman basically whacked out of her mind on Xanax and Wellbutrin standing on the side of the road who should be home feeding her cats, okay, screaming at ICE and blowing a whistle, it doesn't matter. They're all the same thing. All these people are fucking communists, okay, and they don't belong up. They don't deserve rights. They don't deserve a place in our country, okay? What they have done here is this is a group of radicals who have broken into essentially a vehicle lot for a government vehicle lot, okay, and they're going through the vehicles, like smashing them, spray painting them, and as you can see here, they're opening up the weapons caches and documents caches in the vehicles themselves, and they're absconding with them, okay? A very dangerous situation. You're probably asking, where the hell are the Minneapolis police? This I can understand if the Minneapolis police don't want to get in between ICE and these communists on the streets. I mean, I can understand it. I understand how cowards think. I don't agree with it. I find it disgusting, but I understand a coward. Okay, they're smashing up government vehicles. This is at a minimum, an armed law enforcement organization needs to be willing, or the very first thing in its mission statement should be to maintain the continuity of the state. Wouldn't you say, Chris? Okay.
Absolutely.
The Minneapolis police are doing nothing about this. It's ridiculous.
And let me throw this out there for you, Mario. When Trump first started talking about deploying the National Guard to some of these places where there's this massive unrest, of course, there was pushback by people like Tim Walz and other obvious homosexual sociopaths. The pushback being, well, you can't use the National Guard to enforce the law. No, you're right. That habeas corpus and all that good stuff. Yes, that's correct. However, what you can use the National Guard for, and this was made explicitly clear in the orders to deploy them, is under what's called the protective principle. You can use the National Guard to protect endangered federal property. Interesting thing, that is an ICE vehicle and an ICE arsenal weapon. That is, by definition, federal property.
Yeah.
If the National Guard were deployed and pulling security here, they would be absolutely 100% within the confines of the law to put a round in this man right here, right now, as soon as he pulled that weapon out of the back of that truck. I want you, and real quick, I want you guys to take this as legitimate legal advice. I'm totally comfortable calling this next statement actual legal advice. You ready? If you have a uniquely recognizable tattoo on your face, you are ill-advised to commit federal felonies and crimes of insurrection against federal properties on camera in plain view of the public.
Yeah. Go ahead and just ask the autism waffen on 4chan, okay? We will find you. Done it many times. So,
Rod Purvis says, remind me to stay out of big crowds of angry people. Rod, if I'm being honest, I no longer tolerate being in big crowds of happy people. Crowds of people generally, I'm just not all right with.
Soft target. Plus, we're getting old and we're starting to get curmudgeon-y, okay? Can't help it.
Yeah,
I just don't need all the noise. I don't need all the noise.
Oh man, dude, I took the kids to a Christmas market a couple of years ago, and it was a very busy, crowded Christmas market, and they had a s'mores bar set out around a campfire that, and you could get all the way around it, so completely surrounded. And all of a sudden, there were like 50 or 60 children between the ages of like 4 and 14, probably, all with sharpened sticks with sticky bits on the end of them, putting them over the fire. And you'd have 20 or 30 at a time leaning forward to put the sticks over the fire. And my kids, of course, all wanted to get over there. And all I could see was just an army of little cannibal savages with spears. I was like, nope, we're leaving now. Everybody go get the bag. We're done here.
It would have reminded me of
s'mores. No, honey, I've only got 6 bullets on me. We have to leave right now.
You don't need bullets for kids. Okay. You don't
bad parents.
How many 9-year-olds would it take to take you down?
Anyway, that would make for an interesting experiment.
Downrange deep dives. Okay. So yeah, I guess it would remind me, maybe an obscure reference, but the original Silent Hill game for the PS1, when you're in the elementary school levels, and it's the little zombie mummy children with the scissors coming at you. Yeah, that's what it would remind me.
I never played those.
I know you weren't cool back in the 90s like I was.
I was doing LAN parties with like Diablo and yeah.
I know. Well, yeah. So you want to continue with the footage? Yeah, oh yeah. So, wait, I wanted to say yeah. So they're stealing an FBI rifle. Okay. Where was the ATF? You blew it. It was the one time in your miserable existence where you could have actually been a hero and had a justified shooting, and you blew it.
Yeah.
Come on, ATF. Let's do better.
Well, I mean, the ATF could do better by surrendering, because every ATF agent is a criminal.
Not enough dogs there. What happened?
Yeah. And this is not the only video out there right now. It gets worse, right? Let me see, where have I got? Yeah, here's the other one.
Yes, David, they got the free Geisel. They got a free FBI sniper rifle. Okay.
Yep. Here's the other one. Check this out.
Hey, don't hit them.
So it's more than one, right? It's not like they just stole one rifle. It's
no.
There's more than one instance here.
No, and Minneapolis was reluctant to provide images of the crime scene this morning. Okay, so basically they're trying to cover it up. What happened? So the only thing we know about this, really, I don't look. I've been at work all day. Maybe I missed it. Okay, but the only thing we know is because people filmed it and put it on X. Okay,
correct.
So
yeah, if it were not for independent journalists out there using social media and smartphones, you would not know about a lot of this stuff happening.
Or just these morons self-incriminating by filming themselves,
right.
which is most likely what it is. Okay.
And then, of course, Tim Walz invited a bunch of high school students to come out to the state capitol for a walkout protest. And can you imagine how that went?
I don't know. What a stupid idea.
Anybody surprised?
Just a chimp.
Oh, I see.
Just a standard. Yeah, my face is in the way of that.
Yeah,
of that,
gotcha.
of that beautiful Somali footage. So, yeah, bunch of Somali miscreants. They all have the same stupid ass Zoomer haircut. And then the mob just set upon one of them. And much like Mako sharks, once the moment one of them starts bleeding, the rest of them jump into a feeding frenzy. Okay, literal subhuman animalistic behavior. But to be expected. So.
Yeah, and of course, you've probably heard the story about the protester that got shot in the eye. Claims that he'll be blind for the rest of his life because they shot him in the eye.
Prognosis: will you be blind in that eye for life?
From what I've heard the doctors say and everyone else, yes, I will be blind for life. They said my globe was ruptured. I had my lower lid was cut up, and they had to take skin from my temple to fix it. There's a lot to it. I don't remember all the things that they said. I have fractures in my skull that they can't fix, and I can't sneeze or cough because it's dangerous too. I remember also when I shot, there was pepper in it, and I had pepper down my throat. It made it hard to breathe for a long time. They pulled a piece of plastic the size of a nickel out of my eye. They said I had shards of metal, glass, and plastic all throughout my eye and behind my eye and in my skull. And of
course, they we were told, a bunch of Democrats came and told us that this poor innocent protester, he was just out there using his First Amendment right. Let's double check that.
No. Go back for a minute. I wanted to show you something.
Tape.
It's a female to male tranny, just so you know. For context.
Oh yeah, I caught that. I caught that in the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Watch. So what happened is she assaulted an officer.
And then she looked at him. The officer wasn't trying to point blank shoot her in the face. She lifted up her head at the wrong opportune moment and caught it straight in the eye. Okay, a pepper ball. Like I said, it's literally just like Renee Good. Okay, yeah, pretty much. It's just like Renee Good. It is someone engages in a series of choices, a series of wrong choices. Okay, uninterrupted, all with the consequences compounding with each negative decision, and then you find yourself in a situation where, like the cliche goes, you played stupid games and won stupid prizes. Okay, that's exactly what this is.
Cyber says, wait, her penis wasn't real? Yeah, but you didn't realize it, David. You didn't notice.
You were on a hot load of GHB. Okay, you didn't know. Don't worry. It's not gay. Okay, confirmed.
Meanwhile, I want to show you guys one more. Oh, these retards.
Here you go. Yeah, like I said, I don't have to do this. I'm happy to do this. That's all. We just got to stop this.
So he's got a lot of camera equipment. I think we can say this isn't.
Yeah, I'm not. I tried to tell the first lady, nobody believes me. That's all I can do is tell you. I already shot.
Okay, everybody here is wrong.
Yeah, everyone here is wrong. So
everybody here is wrong.
For the audience who doesn't understand, the self-proclaimed hall monitors of Minneapolis, the communist hall monitors, have taken to stopping vehicles that are SUVs that look like they might be government vehicles. Okay, we all know the type, like the white SUV. It's usually a Ford. Okay, sometimes a Chevy. Right, white SUV. Your standard government vehicle. The one where you're driving down the road, and you're riding dirty, and you see that white U.S. made vehicle pull up behind you, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah. So people driving that vehicle, they're pulling them over and then inspecting their vehicles, verifying that they are not ICE agents or federal agents. Okay. So, yeah, the children of Marat. Okay. The psychopathic banner holder of the French Revolution, his children walk again. Okay, they are on the loose in Minneapolis.
Yeah, they're looking for cars like this, like my truck, right? That's it.
Oh my God, fucking Fed, dude! Oh my God, how could you glow any brighter?
Son, my shit glows so bright. I've got heated and cooled seats. Right. I used to think I was really powerballing when I got the luxury minivan for the wife a dozen years ago, and it had heated seats. Oh no. This one even blows cold air up your ass when it's hot outside. Whoo.
James Shane.
And in fairness, if they were to stop me and start asking me questions before I shot them several times, they might notice that there's a bunch of Pelican cases stacked in the back of the truck that just look like straight rifle cases. That's actually what my cameras and drones are in.
Yeah. Crackshot calls them brown shirts, slightly inaccurate. Okay, the brown shirts would actually be the counter demonstration to this. The brown shirts would be the one chasing the streets and basically beating the crap out of them. Okay, Frycore style. All right.
Yeah, make no mistake; these are actual communists.
Styles. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, we used to have some homegrown brown shirt types. Okay, like say the Proud Boys, but the government decided that they had to be completely banned and essentially wiped from existence. And their leader Enrique Terrio, who was never even at J6, is actually still in prison right now. Okay, so yeah,
wasn't even in Washington.
Our side is not allowed to play this game. Only the left is allowed to play this game. Okay, learn the rules. It can save your life.
Yeah. Cyber says Antifa existed in Germany 100 years ago. In Germany, yes. Well, also, he says Chris is a Fed. Cyber, we've been over this. We're retired. I haven't shot anybody in 14 years. Now, in all fairness, when I say I haven't shot anybody in 14 years, you should hear that as, kind of the same way you hear somebody say, I've been sober for 14 years. Because, every now and then I find myself walking up to random dudes in trench coats on the street saying, hey, you got any more of them J-Pel lists up under that coat? Got any J-Pels up under there?
Yo, dog, you got a target package for me, bro? You got a target package?
You got a baseball card for me, brother? Come on, just one card, just one card.
Yeah, it's much like alcohol.
Come on, son. Just ring my red phone. Ring my red phone.
Just because you haven't had a drink in 10 years, you're still an alcoholic. You're just an alcoholic in recovery. And as such, Chris is still very much a killer. Okay, believe that. Well, so I know that had to banish him out into the woods so he'd stop harassing the local civvies. So, all
Yeah.
right. So, do you have
Nowadays, my victims tend to have 4 legs,
any more video to show?
and they're delicious. Oh shit, Mario! You looking?
No.
Apparently, you look spicy with the man bun tonight.
Looking zesty, looking sweet. Okay, that's right.
I think
There you
you're
go.
too white.
There you go.
I think
There you
you're
go,
too
Tyler.
white to be zesty.
I got a pony there. Okay, for you like that?
Yeah.
You like that shit?
It's more of a Tyler. It's more of a fetching wolf's tail than a bitch
Yeah.
biscuit.
It's not a handle. Okay.
Nope.
It's not a
No
handle.
bitch biscuit to the man
That's right.
cave.
That's right. Tyler the Flower. Look, since you're here, I got to ask you: are you going to jail now? Like, didn't the Australian government just basically ban anything to the right of center? Didn't they just ban anyone like even being in the streets and protesting if they come from a right-wing organization? Right. I feel so bad for Australia.
They're getting you ready for the. They're getting you ready for the gulags, baby, for the concentration camps.
They already built the concentration camps. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just the COVID party ended. Okay. They'll find another use. I promise. Psychopaths.
Yep. All right. Let me go. I'm gonna go check in on our friends next door and see if they got started yet.
Do you have any more? Do you have any more beautiful bean footage to share?
I do, and looks like TPS report hadn't spun up just yet. I'm gonna give them a few more minutes. This one's. Oh, I dropped the share down. Okay. Let me start this clip over. And there you go. And oh, honey, those sweatpants are not doing you any favors.
Fucking thick. I don't. What compels these people to do this shit? I never understood the psychology behind this.
You fucking ran me
You ran me
over.
over. Like, what are you fucking? We went through this in 2020. Okay, we even passed law. We have laws in the state of in Florida. The Florida legislature passed a law where if they block traffic, you can just run them down. No crime.
I'm not sure if we have anything like that in Georgia.
Probably not. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at true believers. These they legitimately think that they're the good guy. They think they're the good guy, and it's disturbing. And they're willing to put themselves in immense personal danger to act out. In some ways that makes them dangerous. Okay, that's a strength. Our side can't do that because we've been like basically Pavlovian dog beaten for decades. Okay, against any kind of action in the street, right? Which is why we just never do it. We've given up on that. We've given up on that whole tactic. All right. Now we're either have descended into essentially black-pilled accelerationism, or we're trying to maybe a little more optimistic would be say like the Groyper movement, where it's like we need to actually go through the hard journey of infiltrating the institutions ourselves. Okay. Problem is, by the time you get to the top, what's going to be left of this country to save? I don't know. What we really need is like a black swan event. Okay. And hopefully 2026 will be the year when something happens which crashes global markets. Okay. Which forces a game reset. Okay. And if the game reset turns into a UN Davos sponsored like 2030 type project, that's when it's like at that point you have nothing to lose. Okay. So yeah, but I guess we're not quite there yet. So I guess the question David Siver, if you find yourself in a street blockade in DeKalb or Fulton counties, you have to let them drag you out of your vehicle to kill. Wow. So you're required to die. You're mandatory sacrifice to the religion of BLM and Antifa. Lovely. I wouldn't even want to live there, Siver. I understand your condition, but you've got to get out of there at some point.
Yeah.
You're not going to survive. Like, you're going to die. And the worst
hurry
thing
up and retire so we can.
Yeah.
Hurry up and retire so we can come up there with the U-Hauls. We'll take both of your things out of your apartment for you.
Yeah. Yep. Them things. Know what I'm saying? All right. So I guess
I'm going to pack my thing.
So the question to pose for the audience is, ask yourself. Actually, can you play a little more chaos? I need to hype up the audience with a little more chaos, if you could.
Let me see if I've got another. Oh yeah. This will do the trick. Someone has done us a solid. As in a solid minute of this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was that black guy who got seasoned.
I'm just gonna run that again while you do your rant.
That's the meme. That's the meme. The black guy who got seasoned. Yep. Why people don't season their protesters. I need one of those. I need one of those freaking mustard gas fart guns. That thing looks fun. Oh yeah, there's also some funny footage of ICE agents not knowing how to walk on ice, like learning the hard way. That shit's funny. That shit will never not be funny. Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's enough of that.
Well, go ahead and give us your
right.
diatribe.
Okay. Well, the question I would
footage for you.
All right. The question I would pose to the audience is, okay, the people on the streets here think that they're responding to a federal government that has gone tyrannical, that is out of control. Okay. They think that Donald Trump is exercising massive federal overreach when the ICE operation occurring not just in Minneapolis but nationwide. Okay. Is this an example of government overreach? No, not at all. Not at all. It is a sign. What you see in Minneapolis today is not a sign of federal overreach. It's a sign of federal weakness, okay? And the dereliction of multiple administrations to enforce federal law, all right? That has to change. The reason this type of shit is happening is because in 2020, the heavy hammer of the law was not brought down on the nationwide rioters, okay, which only encouraged them. It encouraged them not just to continue rioting, but it encouraged the illegal ballot operations. Okay, the Democrats, leftists, what have you, felt that they could just act with impunity all summer, and they did, because de facto they did get to act with impunity. They were above the law. All right, and that's why you're seeing this happening today. That's why you're seeing this happening right now.
And Mario, it wasn't just inaction. It wasn't just inaction on the part of the federal government.
It was encouragement and supplying them as well. Correct.
There was active encouragement from their politicians, from their talking heads, from their media support lines. Famously, Kamala Harris personally donated money to pay bail for the few protesters that were arrested. And all these Soros-backed DAs and prosecutors refuse to prosecute crimes. And we're talking about serious crimes, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about misdemeanor, disorderly conduct nonsense.
We're talking arson, about murder, terroristic threatening.
Correct. Arson, murder, vandalism, aggravated assault and battery,
terrorism,
destruction of property. I mean, yeah, absolutely, terrorism.
Yeah,
and and you only have to look as far as St. John's Cathedral, the May 29th insurrection, where they burnt a fucking church at the Capitol.
Right. So it's not just a lack of federal enforcement, okay? Because if the state governments and the city governments fail, then the federal government has a responsibility to step in and restore order, okay? That never happened in 2020, okay? And let's look what other derelictions of duty have previous administrations what are they guilty of, right? One would be the border enforcement, immigration enforcement, visa enforcement, okay? All of the above. There has been a critical lack of enforcement for federal law, in particular immigration law, for decades, ever since it kicked off really in full speed right after 9/11, okay? Which should give you the full understanding that the government acts with malice, okay, towards the citizenry of this country. The country suffered a major terrorist attack. So what do they do in response? Declare war, drop bombs across the world, and then invite the people that were bombing en masse into this country. That, like I said, it's like that thing Chris talks about. It's not Occam's razor. It's Heinlein's razor or whatever. It's not incompetence. It's not incompetence. It's intentional. Okay, they're not actually that stupid. They meant to do that. They mean to harm you. Okay, harming you is the intent. So
correct. Incompetence explains individual mistakes. Long patterns of abusive failure can only be explained through intentional malice.
Correct. All right. So no. Donald Trump and the federal government are not overreacting with a heavy hand in response to these riots that have broken out. Okay, but they need to. The correct federal response would be to step in, because Walz won't do anything about it. Walz will encourage it. Jacob Frey, mayor, won't do anything about it, but encourage it. Okay, they've actively told people like, yeah, go confront ICE, go stand around them with phones, document every little thing that they do, right? So basically be in the way. And if they're in the way, then they provide like the perfect meat shields for Antifa type radicals to basically commit violence against basically both the police or whatever federal agents are there. Okay, and then the stupid ass civilians standing around with their phones out get caught in the undertow, and then it exacerbates the movement. That is Antifa strategy 101. Ensure that the feds harm the civilians, okay, to bring more civilians to your side. That is their tactic.
I'm glad you mentioned Frey. Here he is with his cop cuck over here.
What I can tell you for certain is that this is not sustainable.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no shit.
That's why you have to get to work, son.
This is an impossible situation that our city is presently being put in.
This is an impossible situation that you put your city in.
And at the same time, we are trying to find a way forward to keep people safe, to protect our neighbors.
Then where are your police? Where are your riot control police?
Apparently
why are your police officers not attempting to restore law and order?
Apparently, his police chief is more interested in wearing snazzy, custom-tailored leather jackets. Okay,
that is a pretty snazzy jacket.
Not gonna lie, it's a pretty dope-ass jacket. But
to maintain order, and we're in a position right now where we have residents that are asking the very limited number of police officers that we have to fight ICE agents on the street, to stand by their neighbors. We cannot be.
Those eyebrows said everything.
I hate my job. I hate my job. I hate my job. I hate my job. 2 more years. 2 more years.
Right here.
2 years and a wake up. Be strong.
So yeah, I mean, you got it right there. Frey just said that we're asking our agents to fight. We're asking our police officers to fight ICE agents. That
you're gonna get shot.
What do you think civil war is?
Yeah, like Jacob Frey, you understand that you are now a traitor. You have committed treason. You are now subject to the death penalty. Do you understand that, Mr. Frey? And David Siver says, "Can we get a early life check on him?" Our audience is developed enough on the pill, okay, to understand exactly what Jacob Frey is. They already know, I promise you. But yeah, so 10 years to retirement. Nah, if he still had 10 years, I wouldn't do it. That wouldn't be worth it. I'd resign. No. I'd resign to get another job, or I'd be a hero and exact justice right there on the spot on that stage. Okay, if you want to be bold. So
I'm reminded of another almost hero we know, but I won't share those details on air.
Right. So this is what needs to be done is a radical correction, a radical reassertment of federal authority. All right, in this situation. Okay, this has been allowed to fester for too long. And too many people have been held. Too many people have not been held to account. Virtually all of them have not been held accountable. And the networks, other than USAID, which, at least as far as I understand, has basically been neutered, okay, or shut down. Yeah. There are still vast networks of money that are financing this insurrection. And yes, I'm going to use that word. This is an insurrection, okay, 100%. Correct. Now, yes. So we need an enforcement of federal authority. We need like a response to, like, say, the Whiskey Rebellion. All right. There's been a lot of talk lately about the Whiskey Rebellion, right? All right. But these people must be crushed. These people must be crushed with a heavy hand. Okay. And there will be casualties. The last time the regular army was used to crush an insurrection was in 1992 in Los Angeles during the LA riots. Okay. George H.W. Bush declared enacted declared the Insurrection Act, okay, on Los Angeles. Federal troops came in, and it got cleaned up. It got cleaned up within days. All right, that's what needs to happen here.
Yeah, Crackshot points out the left-wing radicals are telling people to get armed. Yeah, I had a clip pulled up earlier.
What they're saying,
Black Panther activist who was straight up saying, "Y'all need to check out my semi-automatic shotgun. If y'all don't understand, that means it's like a shotgun, like one of them pump action deals you see, but it shoots some big slugs real fast. And we gonna mess up some motherfucking ICE officers." And like, wow, yeah, your face is on camera.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Lock them up.
Well, it's going to have to be done at the federal level. The local Minnesota authorities won't do a goddamn thing. Okay, so correct. It can and it must be done. All right. There need to be mass arrests of the so-called peaceful protesters. Okay. The obstructionist protesters, they need to be arrested. Okay. The lot of them. Whole areas of the city should be cordoned off to set a trap where no one can escape. Okay. And then they close in and start grabbing bodies, zip tying them, put the spit bag on them. Okay. So they can't see and they can't spit at you. All right. And just contact your local Army Reserve. Let's get all those beautiful Bluebird buses. Okay, load them up onto the buses and take them off to the freaking FEMA camps. Okay, which exist. All right, the government built a ton of FEMA camps for like extraordinary measures, or if you listen to Alex Jones for something far more sinister. Okay, I don't know the truth, but I do know that there are large sprawling facilities. Okay, in each state that could house a lot of bodies. All right. Bag them, tag them, put them on the buses, send them away. Okay? Cordoned. It's not cordoned.
It is.
It's chicken cordon bleu. What is it, Siver? Okay? I'm sorry. Siver's like, oh fuck, what's that movie? Is it Raising Arizona, where the guy does his rant where he like talks shit, like hardcore shit about the Sicilians right in front of the mafia, and then they grease him. I forgot the name of the movie. Anyway, that's Siver. So, and I'm not Sicilian, you fuck. I'm Napolitan. All right, don't get it twisted.
Hey, Crackshot, kettle the protest and load up the paddy wagons.
That is exactly what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. Okay, so
Absolutely.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't understand the terminology,
Mhm.
here, I'll pull it back up. He says kettle the protest.
it means enclose them,
yeah,
encircle them.
basically they literally wrap the entire riot up in one big net and arrest everybody. And I do mean a literal net.
Yeah.
And just start loading them onto the paddy wagons, take them in, and process them when they get them where they're going. The point when they do that is not so much to affect the arrests; it's to shut down the activity. It's to restore order by stopping the disturbance.
Yes, it's physical removal. Okay, is what needs to take place here. So yeah, the obstructionist, kettle them, bag them, send them off to the camps until they can be tried. Hopefully by tribunal and multiple being tried at once. Okay, that's what I'd like to see. And they need to do time. All right, we can build new prisons for this. America, we imprisoned far too many people in America. Apparently not. Apparently we need more. Okay, apparently we need a lot more prisons.
We need to just build a wall around Death Valley and start sentencing people to 1 month there.
I don't know. Maybe the real prison colony can just be Minneapolis. Okay, what if instead of arresting the rioters, we actually just start sending criminals to Minneapolis? Okay, turn the whole place into a frozen death bowl. All right, that'd be interesting.
Slab City.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so the obstructionist.
You know what? You don't even have to put a wall. You don't have to put a wall around it or a fence around it, right? You just make the public announcement. Hey guys, we're going to put all the criminals in Slab City, and we need some of you brave, intrepid veterans who are living on nothing but your VA disability and board to, just take shifts. Just come out occasionally and sit in a lawn chair and keep an eye on the locals and make sure they stay, local.
And I haven't like read into the details of the Insurrection Act, but I'm sure that there are plenty. I'm sure there's stipulations in it that if you get declared an insurrectionist, if you are mass arrested and interned, okay, as essentially a domestic prisoner of war, all right, a domestic enemy and a prisoner of war, there is no bail, there is no bond, there is no mercy. You're staying there. You're going to be judged, and you will get what you deserve. Okay. While this is happening, if you get other protesters, the hardcore committed ideological Antifa types, if they want to start throwing frozen water bottles and bricks, okay, or some of them, let's be honest, they'll start shooting. They'll actually start shooting if we get serious about it, and there's going to be casualties on both sides. Gun them down. I don't give a fuck.
You know what? We can round them all up and drop them off on.
They're communists. They're communists, and communists are not people. It doesn't.
And so the Democrats have long used the argument that X is not human, therefore they don't get human rights. They use that argument for slavery. They use that argument today for abortion. The only time the Republican Party has ever agreed with the Democrats on that particular position, that X is not human and doesn't deserve human rights, is in the 1964 Civil Rights Act, when we said that of communists. Communists are not people and do not enjoy civil rights. That's the law.
Ooh, Crackshot says Greenland prison. Oh man.
You know what? We ought to round them all up and drop them off on Cuba. Right? I'm not saying Guantanamo, just Cuba. Right? We get peace in our streets. They get their socialized health care. They get their free medicine. Everybody wins.
We'll make it the American Gulag Archipelago. Okay, except it's Greenland, and you're harvesting. You're harvesting rare
Gulag Americanico.
sent to a penal colony in Greenland to mine rare earth minerals, okay, in subarctic temperatures. Oh man.
All right, guys.
Like in Star Wars, like I'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel. Okay, it's even worse. Anyway, so now this might seem extreme, and I'm sure it does to the GOP. Despite what the GOP thinks, this is actually good politics. Okay. Listen, if anyone in the administration watches the show, which I severely doubt, okay, but if this message can spread to people that do have the ear of the White House, Insurrection Act and harsh iron-fisted measures on Minneapolis are actually good politics. I promise you. You will win the midterms. If the American public sees a resolute federal government putting down this communist insurrection in the street, enforcing law and order in the streets, and continuing deportation operations up until the minute people walk into the ballot booth, okay, you will win the midterms. The last 2 years of your presidency, Mr. Trump, will still be yours. Okay? You have to do this. It's not a
But
choice.
if you fuck this up, you're going to be impeached in
If
February.
you fuck this up, you're going to die. They're going to kill you.
Yeah.
You're going to be impeached. You're going to be imprisoned, and then an accident will happen. Okay? I promise you that. And the pussy response that the administration did in 2020, if you do that, then you will lose the midterms, and you will lose bigly. Okay? And that will essentially be the end of your arguably your third term, Mr. President. All right.
Yep.
And also, it will just exacerbate the violence. The violence will continue. It will spread
Correct.
unabated until the political left gets what it wants, which is another coup of the government. Okay.
Right.
You need to understand at this point that. Why do you need to go, Chris?
No, I don't need to go, but I want to raid TPS live while they're still live.
You can't. I'm banned from the chat. I'm not allowed to raid that.
I can raid it. You can fuck off.
let me get through the last of what I wanted to say.
Please do.
Please understand. So for the audience, please understand that the left is effectively under demonic control. Okay, and if they are returned to power, they will abuse us with wanton viciousness. Okay, please understand that it's not just politics anymore. It's the fate of a nation, and you are on the line. If you have been public, okay, if your friends and neighbors and community know you as like that MAGA guy, okay, or the guy who voted for Trump, or you got a Trump sticker on your truck, okay, whatever, okay, or if you go online and espouse your opinions, okay, you're going to be a target. Okay, when the left returns to power, they are going to persecute us like nothing we have ever seen before in this country, something that you could imagine from, say, Soviet East Germany. Okay, that's what we're going to be facing if and when the left returns to power. You have to understand that these maniacs, honest to God, believe that they are living in essentially a neo Weimar Germany, and they are freedom fighters and the only ones standing up and pushing back against the rise of a new like Fourth Reich in the United States. Okay, as crazy as that sounds to you, you have to understand that these people believe that. Okay, because they are completely and utterly indoctrinated and saturated by their own social media echo chambers. All right, where they are being fed this again and again and again and again. If you lie to someone long enough and hard enough, you can get them to believe anything. And these people, they're obviously already people who are limited in mental capacity, limited in capacity of the spirit, okay, or just limited in their genetic constitution, okay? Spiteful mutants, right? These people are the wretched. These people are the wicked. And they have no capacity for joy. They can't find meaning or beauty in their own lives. The only way that they can extract pleasure is like a vampire, by stripping it from you, okay? And draining it from you. And that's exactly what they're going to do when they get back in power. Okay, negotiating with these people is impossible. You are dealing with ideological psychopaths. And honestly, as far as I'm concerned, the Democrat Party is literally a domestic terrorist organization with international backing at this point.
Correct.
All right.
And that's something else that I want to, and I'll add this to what you were just saying. We looked at the list of the criminal aliens, like the big offenders, and it was all, murder and rape and strong arm sodomy, right? These are the people that these lefty spiteful mutants are standing up in defense of. And I want to make this very clear. This is important to understand. They know this. This isn't something that they don't know. They're aware that the people that they're fighting for are monsters. But they're fighting for them explicitly because they are not white and not American.
Yes.
They prefer the wickedest evil that they can find to productive, straight white American men.
We talk about the consequences of out-group preference and what they've had on our people. Okay, this is the final form of it. It is weaponized out-group preference. Okay, actively seeking to harm the in-group on behalf of an out-group, no matter how wicked, no matter what that out-group is. Okay, just so long as they are not Christian, white, male, American, whatever. Anything that falls under the pantheon of Western civilization, they are against. Anything outside of it, they support, because they hate themselves. They want to die, and they need you to die with them to justify it. Understand that. These are not balanced people. These people have a death wish, and they need you to join them in their doom cult. And if you won't join by words, okay, then they'll kill you.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and initiate the raid.
How do we raid?
We're all going to go watch TPS report live.
Do I get to go yell at him?
Go on over there and see if you can join the chat, Mario. And if you can't, I'll ask him to unban you. But behave.
I do behave. I do. I just I look. Maybe it is my fault. Okay. Maybe he just got sick of me telling him that Crowder did nothing wrong every night for months on end.
All right, guys, y'all be safe. Tomorrow's Firearms Friday. We'll see you at 07:30, just like every other weekday. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Crowder did nothing wrong.
Oh, and Ahmaud Arbery deserved it. That really raises his his cackles or whatever.
Yeah. So it's tough when you say things that are true.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, there's certain truths that he does not accept.